Close your eyes.
I am fully open and present in the moment to receive any guidance that speaks to my soul. I will be honest and authentic with myself, facing the truth that my body, my intuition, is guiding me as either confirmation or a nudge for healing. I am prepared to wholeheartedly start or continue on my journey to self discovery and healing. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Willow and Roots. It's Michelle here, and I have another reading for you. Today's reading, we're going to find out what happens if you run from fate. We have three options here to choose from. Option one is the smooth selenite palm stone. Option two is the rough selenite palm stone. And option three is the selenite wand. Okay, once again, this is option one, this is option two, and this is option three. Now you can pause the video, choose a stone, let's get to it. Hello, option one. For those of you who selected the smooth selenite palm stone, here's your reading. Okay, let's see what would happen if you ran from fate. This is an interesting topic, and for those of you who know about human design, especially the gates in human design, gate 30 seems to be the gate that kind of dabbles in that, where it's all about destiny and fate and, you know, having experiences where you're meant to feel it but not put heavy expectations on it, etc. And the interesting thing is I have that gate, and it's actually in a prominent position on my chart. So I just wanted to see what it's like for everyone else when we run from fate. How does it fare? Okay, so to clear things up immediately, destiny seems to have more free will behind it. It's not something that's like set in stone. It feels like there is a possibility of experiencing something, right? A destined event, but you have the choice of whether you go on the path or not. Fated events is you're going to learn the lesson. It is going to happen, right? But as far as how you get to the lesson, that's where I feel that there's a bit of free will. But experiencing the lesson or meeting the person, that's like, you can't change that, right? But you can kind of have a bit of free will on the journey to the event. So that's how I understand it, and I have experienced it. Now let's see for you guys, what would happen if option one ran from fate? So a fated event in your life or a person. What would happen? So option one, if they ran from fate. Calling on the energy of fate. Can you speak up, please? Old friend. Okay, cool. Tower. Okay. Wow. Okay. I'm going to pull two more. We have here Eight of Wands. Oh, wow, you guys. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so what I am immediately getting from this, at least this is good at the bottom, the Sun. What I'm immediately getting here is learning the hard way, right? So if you ran from fate, so a fated event, but you're kind of like dragging it or fighting against fate, your efforts will not be successful. It's almost like a lot of things will start falling apart, not working out in your favor, but more importantly, it will happen fast. So it's almost like if you're trying to do something against what is fated, you will quickly fail. It will quickly fall apart. it is showing me that with the Knight of Pentacles, you will then realize that it's all about the experience, and it's surrendering a bit to fate, right? So it's not fighting against it, it's just going along on the path and seeing where it leads you. And that's where you will reach that happy medium with the sun here, with the events, the fated events in your life. It's really important for you to not fight against it. And I would even say that this is my pile, because I do have gate 30 in my human design, and there is a lot of this, a lot of tower moments, a lot. A lot, and it's very unpleasant. Whenever I resist, I experience this, and when I surrender, it's just a lot smoother. It might be, you know, a little bit tense, there may be a bit of anxiety, but it's focusing more on the experience and or being in the moment. So for you guys, it is very important to be in the moment, right? To always check in with yourself moment by moment. Now with the Knight of Pentacles, that's what it's about. The Knight goes on the long journey to discover himself or herself. So it's having those human experiences, growing from it, developing, right, as a soul, and then moving forward. It's like not attaching yourself to the outcome, but it's more really connecting and processing, grounding the experiences to help you grow, right? It's almost like gaining wisdom from your experiences. And in that, in the long run, you do end up with what you truly deserve, what is for your greatest good, right? And things that you do want in the end. You might not have realized it when you were resisting fate. At the end of the day, everything that you need, you will have. And also I'm hearing everything that you want, you will have. It's all about the experience on the journey, right? The experiences. And it's like being in autopilot per se. So letting fate steer the ship or guide you, right? And you're taking on board. It's the best way I can explain this is being a passenger in a car. So the passenger has the time to look out the window and see their surroundings and take in what they're seeing, right? That's what I'm getting from this. Wow. That is powerful. We have death. Yeah, it's transformative events as well. So it's for your greatest good. And I'm also getting that the resistance is also a part of the journey, because the resistance is what brings about this great transformation where you learn to, again, accept and to really settle in, calm down, ground yourself and experience, learn. Nice. We have here the devil. Oh my gosh. So I'm getting one of the habits that needs breaking, or what fate is trying to break, is the need to control, the need to accumulate, right? To possess. There's an energy of being in control and to have everything with you guys. It's just needing to, it's a hoarding energy, but it could even be hoarding experiences as well. And when we're in the hoarding type of energy, again, you lose sight of the essence of what you are hoarding, holding on to, right? It's no longer the experience of it, it's just I have it. There's no story behind it. So it's the essence of the moment. It's feeling it. It's really tapping into that. So it's coming out of the need of desperation as well, of the need side of things. Nice. Patience with the do not press. Yes. Page of Pentacles. That's the lesson here. savoring moments, taking small steps towards an experience or a situation. It's almost like being able to assess, because there's earth energy here, especially with the two court cards, where they're all about concrete evidence or experiences, lasting and committing to something as well, because there is a fleeting energy, especially with the Eight of Wands. So it could be where wanting one thing and then losing interest in it, whether you receive it, or as time progresses, it's no longer something that you desire. So it's falling in this energy of really focusing on what has true meaning to you, right? What do you desire? What is the true essence of yourself and your truest passions and desires? That's ultimately it. It's savoring it as well. The idea of desiring something where eventually you may get it or may not, but the whole enjoyment of the journey is the fact of craving it and wanting it and moving towards it. So doing things to try to achieve it. That is where the true pleasure and joy comes in. So it is bittersweet, this energy, because with the devil as well, it's the passion. Here I'm also hearing in small doses. So with the Page of Pentacles, it's doing things like getting a taste of I'm getting like guilty pleasure. So let's say you like chocolates, very expensive chocolate. It's not eating the whole box and buying a whole bunch of it. It's just having a small piece of it and really enjoying the moment of eating that small piece of chocolate. How does that feel? So it's not the possession of the chocolate. It's the enjoyment of experiencing the chocolate. And that is the greatest lesson here. Beautiful. And then we have the universe card. That's the world card on the bottom. That's when you will be in complete alignment, bringing in your manifestations, or fate will then gift you, reward you with what you've always wanted. Nice. Okay. Good. An advice card. We have here balance. Beautiful. Look at that. Card number 44. So I'm hearing that is the foundation. It's like rooting yourself. And again, we have the earthy cards, right? The Pentacles cards, where it's committing or dedicating yourself to an experience or grounding the energy, the experience, but it's coming into alignment. This is giving me Tree of Life vibes. So it's the creation of something, right? The creation of the experience or the creation of your manifestations, which is lovely. Nice. Okay, this is the last card, then we close it out. We have here the red tent, and it says create a sacred space. So it's giving me patience vibes, patience energies, being able to connect. Again, it's grounding energy, but being able to connect with the self, connect again with your environment, processing it. We have card number 46, which reduces to 10. And that's all about fresh starts, new beginnings, right? Reset. It all comes in. We do it all again, the whole process. But this time better, I'm hearing. With it being 44 and then 10, it's like, but this time much wiser, but this time much better. Nice. Going out in nature and camping. I'm getting from this like having a quiet space, right? So whether that be you going out of your home, like to in nature, or just a space where you can feel grounded, but it is calling for you to do that. So I'm going to end the reading right here. If this reading resonates, leave a comment down below. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, press the notification bell. I'm also offering personal readings and mentorships. Information on that is in the description box below, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, option 2. For those of you who selected the rough selenite palm stone, here's your reading. So let's put this over here. Okay. Let's see what would happen if you were to run from fate. Now, I've been looking into my human design, and I have gate 30, an active gate 30, and that is the gate of like feelings, but it's also about like destiny, fate, not holding on to an outcome or having expectations, like holding on heavy to expectations, but more so enjoying the experience or the process of moving towards your desires. It's quite interesting. So let's see how fate plays in your life. What would happen if option 2 ran from fate? We have here 5 of Cups. Wow. Six of Wands. Judgment. Nice. Bottom of the deck we have the 4 of Cups. So it's giving me like needing to experience or feel the moment, because with the 4 of Cups it's all about like emotional detachment and apathy. So it's more so living in the moment, being in the moment. And it's really showing me here with the 5 of Cups, feeling disappointed, like things not working out. So for you guys, it's not going to take many disappointments or a major setback in order for you to realize that fighting or resisting against fate doesn't really work out in your favor. It's almost like maybe 1 or 2, maybe 5 different disappointments will then allow you to see what needs to be changed or done in order for you to now be on the path of surrendering to fate, right? Judgment is giving me second chances, but the realization of the power of fate also. We have here the Wheel of Fortune, so this is the fate card. Very powerful. We have here death. Oh wow, you guys. 3 major arcanas here. Pull one more. We have the Sun, yes, and another major arcana. So for you guys, when it comes to fate, it is felt very strong. It is really intense, but it doesn't take much for you to get it, to understand what you need to do in order to have a better experience, or to not have many setbacks, right, when dealing with fated events. With the Wheel of Fortune card, it is expressing to me that in this incarnation there are fated events, right? Of course, you do have free will for the journey, so how you get to the actual lesson or outcome, but it feels very jam-packed with fated meetings. So it could be friendships, partners, even like job opportunities. So life purpose, life mission, also with certain physical conditions as well. We do have 4 major arcana cards. So it is a very intense and powerful incarnation for you guys. It may feel like life is against you, especially with the 5 of Cups and the Death card. It might feel like life is like an uphill battle, right? A struggle. However, it's actually one where in the long run, at the end of the day, you will be where you need to be, and you will have all that you need and desire at that, because I do feel that your desires will change over time based on your experiences, and when you see your growth as a soul, it's almost like at different stages in your life your desires change, right? And you will get to a point where you are truly in alignment with who you are. Everything that you want and desire at that point is for your highest good. It's for you to have the greatest human experience, and that's when you will be blessed, because we have the Sun card here. There's many transformation, there's many periods of things starting and really flourishing in life, and then it falls away, right? Ups and downs. And I'm getting that with the Death card, but again, it is a part of your incarnation. It's like having a non-attachment attitude, learning how to let go and not lose yourself, like lose touch with your emotions and feelings, because it's very easy to detach ourselves emotionally when it's time to end a relationship or close a cycle, so that we don't feel like pain or hurt, right? But those emotions are also valuable to us because it does help us to grow. It really does. As much as it's unpleasant while experiencing it, you're able to connect that emotion with a memory. And within that memory, there is a lesson. And within that lesson, there's wisdom, right? So that it's not repeated. Or if it is something that's positive, it is repeated. So feeling is very important for you guys. But being able to be present when in your feelings, when it's time to let go, when it's time to close a cycle, that is one of the greatest lessons here. And there's some people who know how to function when letting go and not lose their feelings themselves in what is being released, right? They're able to be a separate entity to what they're releasing. They haven't bound themselves and made what they're releasing a reflection of themselves. You see what I mean? So it's also learning how to, it's self-identification. This is powerful, guys. And it's a really intense experience here that you have with fate. Really intense. Now, I thought that the Tower card was intense. This is intensity to the point where it really hits your soul, it hits your core, because this is you progressing as a soul. This is more like soul, deep soul growth, that relationship that you have with fate. And it's through loss, it's through letting go. Wow. Okay, let's get an advice card. But all in all, guys, you have the Sun card. And it's like you will be able to see the bright side of the situation, right? The reason behind it. But also receive all that you desire, all that you want. Okay? All that you're meant to have, I'm hearing. And it's not little. You won't be tricked out of your abundance, out of your blessings. I'm meant to show you this. I was just guided to do so. We have the 7 of Pentacles, and it's giving me like building vibes. It's like developing and building. So for some of you, it's the self, but also building something from scratch. So it's you actually putting in the effort It's you really getting your hands dirty, you really being present. That's what it's showing me with the Seven of Pentacles. And with the Seven of Pentacles as well, it's the potential. So it's still being present without knowing what will happen, like having concrete evidence. This is something that has the potential to be something great, but this is you not being, again, detached from it just in case it goes wrong. This is you being fully present, even with the potential, right? But again, not being attached to it to the point where if it goes wrong, you're pretty much collapsing, you're falling apart, right? So it's making sure and working with your feelings, your emotions. Wow. Okay. So we have here card number 46, surrender. Beautiful. Look at that. Surrender. White flag. 46 reducing to 10. 10, new beginnings, fresh starts. Wow, this is the second pile that received 10. So this is all about letting go and allowing fate to take the lead. And this is the example I gave the previous pile, and I give it to you guys as well. It is like you're in a car and you're in the passenger seat, not in the front, in the back, right? And fate is driving. But that allows you, being in the back, right, of the car, in the passenger seat, it allows you to observe your surroundings, take in everything that you are seeing, right? Feeling yourself in the moment and in that environment, right? Really allowing that experience to flow through you. It's like the human experience to flow through you and allow fate to guide you. So you're being guided by fate and you're meant to feel yourself in the moment or on that path, on that journey. It's releasing the need to control. Beautiful. Once you figured it out as well, that's when it's going to be a lot easier for you to manifest your desires as well, because you know how fate works, right? The essence of fate. You can also feel it. So you have a very strong connection with fate as well, with the Wheel of Fortune being there. So I wouldn't be surprised if you have gate 30. Right? Or even the channel gate 30, or even the channel 3041. So gate 41, gate 30, and that line, that channel filled in. Look at that. So we have here card number 56, which reduces to 11, master number 11, the crown. Claim your sovereignty. Look at that. Claim your sovereignty. So we do have 111, right? So 46 reducing to 10 and 56 reducing to 11. So 111. And with claiming your sovereignty, this is you really, again, checking in and tapping into the self, respecting yourself, but more importantly, honoring the experience, honoring yourself in the experience. Fate wants you to see yourself in the experience, feel yourself even in the experience, and having gratitude for it, right? Honoring it, cherishing it, being appreciative. But also, this is like reigning in it as well, because it's also giving me that you will be rewarded, handsomely rewarded here with the crown. A true representation of fate to others. Beautiful. So I'm going to end the reading right here. If this reading resonates, leave a comment down below. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, press the notification bell. I'm also offering personal readings and mentorships. Information on that is in the description box below. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, option 3. For those of you who selected the selenite wand, here's your reading. Let's put that right there and get on with this reading. So, let's find out what would happen if you ran from fate. Now, I've been looking into my human design, right? And I found out that I have gate 30 active. Now, gate 30 is all about feeling, right? It's also about destiny, fate, but not being attached to an outcome, more so being in the moment and enjoying the experience of possibly achieving your outcome. I'm really seeing like dangling a carrot is that type of energy, but it's always been a very difficult thing for me where there's things that I want, right? Things that I truly desire and passionate about, and holding on to the idea of receiving it or achieving it, right? When I become too rigid or heavily attached to the outcome, it tends to not work out. But once I'm relaxed and enjoy the journey, the process of achieving the outcome, it does work out most of the time. It doesn't always work out, but most of the time it does. But it's enjoying the process. And that's what it's all about for people with gate 30. It's the process, whether you receive it or not. Okay, so let's see what fate has in store for you and what would happen if you ran from fate. Okay, what would happen if option 3 ran from fate? Calling on the essence of fate, what would happen if option 3 ran from fate? Okay, so we have here the Lovers, nice, with the Two of Cups. So we do have a relationship vibe here, or some form of partnership, right? Ten of Pentacles, wow. One more card. Four of Pentacles, very powerful here. So we do have a situation where bottom of the deck, Page of Wands. So this is not as dramatic as some of the other piles, but what it's giving me and what is really standing out is the Lovers. This is all about choices, right? So what would happen if you ran from fate? Well, you're going to be put in a position where you're always going to have to choose between two things. But it's not just two things where one of them is great and one of them isn't. It's two things where they're both equally great, right? Both equally beneficial to you. So when you run from fate, it is that dangling the carrot, because there are opportunities or there are choices that is very hard to make because both of them you desire. This could be where you meet someone where there is the potential to have a long lasting and meaningful connection, and then the opportunity to have a very successful, long-lasting career. So the choice is, do I go towards the relationship or the career? And both of them are just as good. Like the opportunities are just as good. So that is what would happen. You will always be given two great opportunities for you to choose which one you're going to go down, which path you're going to go down. And when you run from fate, it will always be that where you will be in a position of indecision. So the negative aspect of this is being stuck. Because with the Four of Pentacles, it's like holding on to and comfort zone and just keeping, right? Keeping things, holding on to things. So if there is a negative in this, it would be where you are unable to make a decision, so you just remain as you are. And by remaining as you are, it might be where you're stuck, right? And when you're stuck, opportunities do pass. So that's what happens if you run from fate. Now, if you surrender, what is right for you in the moment will enter. So it wouldn't be like, okay, I have the great career and the great relationship and I have to choose one. It would be, well, your relationship will come in at a particular time period, right? And that's going and building, and then boom, the opportunity for the career would come in. It won't be presented to you at the same time. Wow. It's just as tough as the other ones where there's upheaval, because this is pretty much putting a lot of it on you. So it's not necessarily surrendering and then it falls into place, even though to a degree, yes. It's more so it's on you to make that decision, because something is going to have to be released or let go of, and something great. Wow. We have here Page of Cups. Yeah. It's really tapping into then what has the most, what you truly want, like what has the greatest impact on your feelings, the decision. And then we have Page of Pentacles. Learning to follow your heart, right? That energy, we have two pages here, so it's very young energy, spontaneous energy. Is calling for you to not put too much stock or weight again into an outcome, right? It's more so kind of going with it, with the experience. Now this is interesting with it being Cups and Pentacles, because Pentacles represents the physical body. We do have a lot of Pentacles here. So for you guys, it's actually making a choice and being happy with your choice. That's what I'm hearing. Like committing to it. So it's not having the grass is greener energy here, where you make a choice and then you're like, oh man, I should have picked the other thing. It's not being in that energy. It's learning to stick to what you've chosen. However, it's choosing what you truly want. So let's say that you're fighting against fate or resisting fate, and you're again presented with the option of a great relationship or the option of the great job, right? Which one makes your heart jump, makes your heart sing, right? So there is always an answer. That's what fate is saying here. There is always one that is more dominant, but we choose to be in the energy of indecision, right? And it's like the body knows, the soul knows what it truly wants. So if you meet that wonderful person and then the career comes up, and let's say it's the career that you really want, it's kind of really making your heart sing when you think about it. It's saying to commit to it, go that way, and vice versa. If it is the relationship that's really singing and your heart's jumping when you think of that, then go for that, commit to it. Learning to follow your heart here, that's a lesson. But we do have here with it, it's like grounding the energy. It's making it come to life and not sit in indecision or stagnation because you can't make your mind up, even though you know again what you want. So that's the lesson with fate. It's actually, guys, a very tough lesson, because again, it's thrown onto you. Right. And it's also giving me, which what I'm feeling with this, when we sit on a choice for too long, that's when we can make the wrong choice, because we get our mental body involved and it's telling us every reason why to not want what we truly want. It's saying here the first thought is the correct one, right? So for some of you, if you do practice human design, if you have a sacral authority, right? So you're meant to listen to your gut. So if it's feeling like, yeah, yes, go for it. Do not second guess it, because that is the right answer, right? So that's what this is telling me. It's feeling like that with the page cards. It's like the initial thought of, okay, that's what I want. That's where you go, right? That's what it's saying. Justice, yeah, things will work in your favor. This is when you are in alignment with what you want, right? And also not resisting fate, allowing fate to make the decisions. But more importantly, if you are resisting it, being truthful and honest with yourself, that's when it will work out in your favor. We have here balancing the scales and truth, the sword of truth and balancing the scales. So being fair to yourself is being honest to yourself. Seven of Wands. Yeah, look at that. Page of Wands. Another, you got lots of pages. Lots of spontaneous energy here. Learning to be spontaneous. It's like being direct and spontaneous. That's sticking to something, committing to it. That's quite interesting. One more card. We have the Hanged Man, and that's the indecision energy there. Bottom of the deck, Five of Pentacles. When we're in indecision, that's when we miss out. But that's like that delay card. Let me think things through. Oh, I'm in indecision. And weighing the pros and cons. For you, listening to your gut is very important. And the first thought, that's the correct one. I'm also getting for those of you with the spleen. So splenic authority, where you get that initial boom, hit of that intuitive hit as to what you should do, that whisper, that quick one, that's also what you're meant to follow, right? So splenic and sacral authorities, listen to your gut, that initial go for it or no, whichever answer it is. That's what you're meant to be applying, right, to your decision making. And fate is teaching you that lesson. So not to, again, sit and dilly-dally and stagnate and contemplate too much and all that. Get all up in the head. It's actually acting, right? Now, again, when you surrender to fate, that's when things will appear in your life at the right time. So you won't be in that energy of needing to make a decision, right? Out of two wonderful opportunities. With the Hangman, I'm getting when you allow fate to guide you, it broadens your perspective or understanding of fate, but also of yourself in these experiences when it comes to like making decisions or choosing things, but more importantly, like connecting with things that you want, right? Things that you want to experience, people you want to be with, etc., etc. It's allowing you to see the bigger picture here. That's quite interesting. Learning more about yourself. Very nice. Okay, let's get an advice card. Okay, so you guys have two cards. First one is card number 1. Everyone is getting a 1. Right? Tens and then it reduced to 1. This is interesting. So we have here crown chakra. Wow. And then, wow. Card number 44, balance. Crown chakra for me is also giving me like getting out of your head, right? So this is like really connecting with spirit and less overthinking, right? Because it does represent the head area, the head region, more so the top of the head, but it's still the head where we have our brains, where we think, where we process things. So It's having a balance between your intuition and your logic, right? Your thoughts, your feelings and your thoughts, balancing it out. We do have here the seed of life. So that's the creation. So being in total alignment, right, with what you want to create in your life. And this is what fate wants for you, right? It's for wonderful opportunities to come in, but you being fully secure in your decision, for you to be happy and grounded and complete with your decision. It is lovely where you do have the option of choosing, but also you do have the option of surrendering and allowing things to fall in place for you. And I think that that's actually a blessing. It is a blessing. Nice. Okay. Last card. Okay. We have here the hearth, and it says you are safe. You are safe. Card number 23, reducing to 5. And we have a fireplace that's like nice, warm, and cozy. But it's saying that you are safe because no matter what you choose, it's the right one. It's the right option. Right? This is giving me that fate is on your side, spirit is on your side, and you're meant to choose your experiences or your journey in a sense. You still have control of what you experience, but you will experience the overall lesson, right? But you are in more control as to how you go about experiencing what you're meant to experience. Whereas for others, it's more so fate wants them to take a back seat and experience that way, right? So you do have a hand in some of the decision making or choices, which is lovely. But know that spirit is with you, your spirit team is with you during periods of change. Okay? And that's something that you should definitely hold dear to your heart, that you always have that protection, which is beautiful. But the key thing here is to be very balanced within yourself, connect with spirit, and also not overthink things too much. Really, really connect with yourself and really understand how fate works alongside you. That's the best way to put it, because I do think that you and fate are working alongside each other, right? That's nice. So I'm going to end the reading right here. If this reading resonates, leave a comment down below. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, press the notification bell. I'm also offering personal readings and mentorships. Information on that is in the description box below. And I'll see you next time. Bye.
Open your